Egg Warlock is a pretty cracked deck still, so in this video I'm gonna give you another guide about it. I'm not sure why I'm still doing guides about these decks, guys. I'm really not sure, like, it's just freaking inertia at this point. But yeah, we did have some pretty nice games with Egg Warlock again, so again, I will go over the deck for you guys, talk about mulligans, win rates, and updated stats, so you guys have a better idea of what you should be expecting with and against this deck. So I still hope you find the video helpful, and if you did, you know what to do. But now, let's do the guide.
You are not prepared!
Anyway, here's what the deck looks like. I think it's exactly the same as the one I showed you not too long ago, but the deck is still pretty strong indeed. It's especially good against things like Death Knights and Quest Warlocks, so you really got that going for you if you want to be climbing easy legend in today's meta. And what makes this deck even better right now would be the Archdruids of the Forens, which makes it a lot easier to actually split up your egg nice and good. We also have things like Abusive Sergeants in here, with which you could be helping your egg crack itself into other things and also trade stuff on the board for you. But for that to work, this guy needs to be the first one to crack the egg on that turn, because if you already killed it with something like, let's say, Conflagrate, that is gonna give you a new egg on the board, and that one is not gonna be able to attack. What else do we have new in this one? Really not that much. Umbra is in here, which is a really nice safety net in here, and that way you actually get to refill the board with a bunch of differently cracked eggs on the board, including a 20/20 in most cases. And you also have Dissolving Ooze, with which you could be doing tons of damage, even without a 20/20 being present on the board yet. Going through the deck, we have a couple of Cursed Catacombs, with which usually you can go for a turn 2 or turn 3 preferably play, and that way you're gonna be looking for your either Holy Egg Bearer or for your Egg of Kelos. This is at least in the early turns. Later on you could be looking for all sorts of different things depending on what you need, but yeah, in the early turns, try to play it on turn 3, guys. I tried playing it on turn 2 a lot of the times, and every time it gives me a frickin' Egg of Kelos instead of the double Holy Egg Bearer I have in the deck. I guess it's just better to play it safe than sorry for the most part. I mean, you're not forced to be picking the Egg of Kelos, obviously, but you gotta pick something that's not probably gonna be amazing for you that turn. So yeah, try to hold off to play it on turn 3. On turn 2, hero pairing also makes some sense. The Abusive Sergeants, like I said, you are going to be using them on your eggs to make them attack, but in some cases you could also use them for a little bit of extra phase damage, or actually for some other ways to trade on the board if the opponent is really pushing in your stool. The Conflagrate, absolutely amazing to get yourself a lot of cheap card draw, as well as a cheap way to crack your own egg. In some very niche cases you might go for killing off opponent stuff, but 9 times out of 10 it's going to be for the egg. The Consumes are extremely important in this deck because that is one of your few ways of actually healing and sustaining in this one, and it's also a great way to get yourself the 8/8 out of Ultralisk Caverns a lot quicker, and it's only a couple of the 4 Zerg cards you have in here, so it's very important for your Nidus Worms. The Archdruid of the Forens, very important card in the deck. A lot of the times it's going to be much better to actually crack your egg a few times before you actually copy with the Archdruid, because if you do this on a 5 and a 4 egg, well, that's what you're going to get back. Whereas if you do it on a 3 and a 2, it would be much better, because it's going to be a lot sooner for you to actually get your 20/20s. So this way you are going to save yourself a lot of time getting yourself eggs nice and quick. In some matchups it might make sense to save the eggs a little bit not so cracked, but in most cases you do want your eggs nice and cracked, so try to actually crack the egg at least one time before you actually think about playing Archdruid of Forens. So do something like turn 3 play the egg, turn 4 crack it 1 or 2 times, and turn 5 crack it a couple of more times and then play the Archdruid. That usually would be a little bit better for you. Corpsicle is a great way to be cracking the egg for free basically. After you've done a lot of eggs on the board, this thing becomes basically for free for the most part. Drain Soul is another great way to be sustaining out of your own eggs, but you can also use it on the opponent's stuff. Eat the Imp, absolute unit of a card, allowing you to get so much card draw out of your own eggs and also crack them in the process. Holy Egg Bearers, obviously we have 2 of them because it's just that important to find your egg. If you already found the egg, it is going to be absolutely useless, but it is what it is. With Dissolving Ooze, you could be cheesing out a lot of extra damage when the opponent wouldn't expect you to be able to, so let's say if it's a turn 7, you could do something like Corpsicle on your last cracked egg, get yourself a 20/20, use Dissolving Ooze on that 20/20 and slap it on a freaking egg. That would be pretty awesome. Hellfire, extremely important card in here. After you have yourself a bunch of eggs on the board, this is how you could be cracking them all at the same time, but in some cases you could just use it for the opponent's board. While having just a single egg, it still could be a valid play. The Nidus Worms would be drawing you your Zerg cards, with those being Consumes and Ultralisk Caverns, and getting yourself the discounts on them basically makes this almost for free, because it is gonna discount your cards by 2 anyway. Egg of Kelos, really self-explanatory, absolute staple card in the deck, that's why it's in the name out, of course, and yeah, it is actually a lot stronger than we first anticipated. The card is actually making a lot of sense, especially after it got itself taunt. It is now very usable and very strong. The Ultralisk Caverns actually are something of a second game plan for you. In some games you're literally not even going to be playing your eggs, and you're still going to be winning because you do something like a turn 6 double 8/8, and in some cases even quad 8/8s with the help of Summoner Dark Marrow, because this guy would trigger the Death Rattles twice from Ultralisk Caverns, and if you have a couple of these and you have a couple of consumes to actually trigger him, you are gonna get yourself a couple of 8/8s out of each. And we literally did that on turn 6 against one Death Knight. I don't remember. They did clear that 8/8, but we also had the egg follow-up, so I think we won at the end. The Eternal Layover is a super important card in here, and you actually gotta be smart about how you play this one, because you could actually end up costing yourself some important eggs with it. I'm still not super sure how exactly this thing works, but you really need to pay attention how the Reborn works out of this thing, because this thing gives Reborn on all of your minions and then destroys them. So pay attention the order in which you get eggs on the board, because that is how the order in which minions are gonna get reborn and destroyed as well. So if, let's say, your 4th egg is the one that's actually one tick away from getting destroyed, you might actually cost yourself a 20/20 if there's not enough room on the board for it to get summoned because of the mechanics of the game. I'm not sure if I'm explaining this correctly, but you are gonna see in some of the games we were actually thinking about what the hell happened because of Eternal Layover, and basically it comes down to the order in which the eggs materialized on the board. So if you really want to get good with this deck, you should pay attention to how you're playing with this card, and you should pay attention to which egg actually materialized on the board first. Anyway, playing this thing even with a couple of eggs on the board means you are gonna get yourself 4 eggs in total, so that can be absolutely huge. And let's not forget, this is basically one of your hard removals in the deck. Like, let's say you play a turn 3 Ultralisk and don't use it, on turn 4 you could Eternal Layover and use it, and that's basically a full delete for the opponent board for the most part. But mostly you are gonna be using this to get yourself even more bigger and better eggs. Summoner Dark Marrow in here is actually not only here for the fact that he's a tourist card, but also he will be giving you a lot of extra Death Rattle effects, both from Ultralisk Cavern, both from Egg of Kelos, heck, even from Archdruid of the Forns, so that can be pretty nutty indeed. So yeah, definitely don't sleep on this guy, he could actually carry the game for you. Endbringer Umbra, like I said, super important card that's basically a super good safety net for you. Like, if the opponent somehow handles your first wave of eggs, Endbringer Umbra brings a second wave of eggs, and that usually does bring the egg for the opponent indeed. And last but not least, we have a couple of table flips with which you could be controlling the board. Honestly, if you're trying to fit something else in this deck, you might actually consider cutting the table flips. Depends on how fast your meta is, but in my case, I think it was kinda not so important. For the matchups, we have plenty of them, and it's quite polarizing, not gonna lie. But like I said, you will be amazing against Death Knights, and you will be amazing against Quest Warlocks. You are gonna have problematic times against things like Pain Demon Hunter and Space Demon Hunter, apparently. Quest Pally could be a little bit too quick, Protoss Mage could be amazing against you, and apparently Bandage Priest and Protoss Priest are also pretty sick against you. Honestly, I didn't expect this to be this bad against Protoss Priest at least, but Bandage Priest definitely is a little bit too quick for your liking. Nebula Shaman counters the shit out of you because they do have Hex in there, and don't forget Quest Warlocks nowadays a lot of times do run Silence, so be careful just tempoing out an egg without actually having a way to kill it. That might actually be pretty bad for you. But yeah, the matchups are pretty polarizing, so if you're seeing a lot of Death Knights and Quest Warlocks, I'd say go for it. If not, maybe it's not gonna do as good for you. For the mulligan going first and second, you're always gonna be looking for your Holy Egg Bearers or for your eggs straight out. Cursed Catacombs also amazing. The single copy of Nidus Worms also makes a lot of sense, and Eat the Imp could be insane if you already have yourself a way to get the egg on curve. Straight out holding onto Ultralisk Caverns can also make sense depending on the matchup, like against the Pally it would definitely be great. Conflagrate if you already have your egg would be good. The rest I wouldn't really hold on to too much. On the coin, again, find the egg, find the Nidus, find the Eat the Imp, that kind of stuff. It's literally the same thing. All around the deck is not that expensive. The only legendaries here you would need would be the egg, the Endbringer Umbra, which is free, and Summoner Dark Marrow, so it's really not that hard on the budget, but it is a pretty good deck. Hope you found the guide helpful, and if you did, you know what to do. But now let's check out some of my games on my road back to top legend with it. Hope you enjoy. Look at that, another Death Knight. We're happy against this. Now we happy. We countered the meta, guys. Countered the meta right there. I can hold on to the Kris, play it on turn 2, see if I can find the Egg Boy. So far, so bad. Do be like that, Fanta. Do be like that. Bloody hellfire. Yeah, having headphones all day, definitely not super cash money. I'm still gonna try for the Holy Egg Bear. We have 2 of those. None of those. Well, I don't need 2 Ultralisks. There's the Egg Bear. It's 1 turn later. Not ideal, but far from the worst. Alrighty then, egg me sideways. Would be a damn shame if this guy's running silence. How's it going, Danny? Welcome to the internet. Have a look around. Anything and everything. Okay, I'm gonna stop. Welcome. Cringe. Yeah, pretty damn cold indeed. It's colder than a cucumber. What's that supposed to mean? Would be awesome if we top deck something that can kill this thing right now. Wouldn't mind Summoner Dark Marrow either, by the way. This thing also gives me a card draw, so that ain't bad. That ain't it. That sadly also ain't it now. I'm just gonna do this in this case. Don't feel like doing this guy just for a hot single. Okay, suck my eggs. Dude really loves sucking on them eggs, huh? Suck them eggs sideways. Okay, that's cute. Let's go ahead and do this. A little bit of this. Whole lot of that. Them's a lot of exicles. In all sorts of cracked stages. How exciting. Okay, it gives me a bunch of eggs on the board. Let's see how that goes. Sadly, the free does not materialize over there. Oh, okay. I'm down with that. I'm down with that. Down with that I am. Couple of 20s. Ain't no coming back from there, son. Just get the heal a bunch and get myself an 8-8. Alright. Ain't no coming back from this, Chief. That's one omelet you ain't tossing. I should have used this, by the way. But I did need a 1 damage AoE, kinda. That's the famous conceit angle right there. The infamous conceit angle in front of our eyes right there. I guess he might have been looking for a -1 Pyromaniac, so he can do that, but even that was lethal still, because these would have been a bunch of 20s. Nice little egg game right there. Roki has been clapping cheeks hard. Penguin. Let's see it, Penguini. Against a fellow Warlock, probably of the quest kind, he did not cover his first card, so we are expecting this should be a pretty easy match for us. As long as we get the egg in a timely fashion, not much he can do about that. I don't know, man. Should I just hero pair here or straight out look for the Holy Egg Bearer? Oh, hero pair. I don't know. I can't put my finger on which one's better, but we got the egg for turn 3 anyway, so didn't matter at the end now, did it? And the Holy Egg Bearer right after it. As one does. Okay, next turn we can draw a shit ton of cards. But yeah, it's very important with this deck to crack the egg a few times before you actually start copying it, because you don't really want eggs in all sorts of different small stages. You want to crack it a couple of times and then actually get some copies thanks to the Archdruid of the Forest. Wow, look at this, man. Both the frickin' egg bearers run one after the other. That was dumb. Okay, I'm still missing my Archdruid of Thorns. We got ourselves that Reborn though. I'm down with this thing, and next turn we can look with this thing. Okay. This guy's going quick. Already played Solarium, Snow Flurry. If I wanted to, I could get an 8/8 right about now, but kind of don't care. Let me just see what's in this. There's the guy. Would be so much better if I get this from this, but odds of that happening slim to none. I'm gonna get this. I don't need too many of the Eggmen for this to be worth. And next turn, if this guy ignores this 3/2, that layover is gonna be pretty sucky for him. I mean, no, actually, I need it dead. This is a very nice counter against Questlock, as long as they don't complete it against something stupid like turn 4 and actually play it. And also I curve off like a brick. It's usually an easy game. And this guy is nowhere near curving as fast as he should. He got lucky there. Does he get the 0 mana refresh? Because if he did, I'd be in danger. He still might. But he didn't. Apparently he got a couple of expensive shits, so it's a turn 6 quest completion for him. Well, good news is I get the Eternal Layover. So that's a lot of eggs. Let's have a good amount of damage on the board. Yikes, man. 2 tsunamis. Game really wasn't pleasant for him. Could also just Hellfire here. Hellfire location also sparks joy. To be fair, right now these idiots on the board are also a problem for him though. So I'd rather just Eternal. This is good enough. Do you even care enough for a hero power? Yeah, I do. I have healing. Because right now him playing the location doesn't even allow him to use it, so it's still 11 to the face. Let's not pretend it ain't. It's even more now. Good news is we have a lot of healing out of this consume. That's a lot of damage. That's a lot of damage. Bloody hellfire. Ooh. That's greedy. I think I want to crack deck further. I think I want a 20 on the board right now, don't I? Does have 2 corpuscles in there, but even with Hellfire double corpuscles, it ain't much. Him getting the taunt is kinda annoying, but not really. We have Rush. We have a lot of things. Gets it. That's a freezer. I can still move it to another minion, but it's gonna cost me about 350. Ooh. Could get myself a couple of 8/8s right now. Think I'm down with it. Yeah, let's do that. This is so over for him. That kind of went a little bit differently in my head. I could also Hellfire here. I feel okay Hellfiring here, honestly. Does he get another freezer? God knows he's looking. There was no Blizzard potential for him there, but if he actually does have Horn of Winter into Blizzard here, that'd be awfully fucky. Guess he doesn't. Guess he has no such thing. Shabash. Shabastian, is that you? Shabastian? This is not the hand we're looking for. Let's see a Sebastian. Even with a bad hand, we should be pretty nice against this guy. That's sad, and sad backward is das, and that's not good. Follow me for more tips. There you go. Now that's good. That's good.
The citadel stands strong.
Yeah, if I get myself an abusive sergeant, I can kill it off into a 2 attack. Bloody hellfire. Let's see what that do. That ain't bad at all. That was the opposite of bad. That's not good now, though. The abusive doesn't do shit here. Not like this. Not like this.
Almost out of time.
So bad, man. That's so bad. I really don't like what we just did here, but still could be for the best. Let's not forget Umbra is still in there. All I needed to get there was another Conflict Raid or a Corpsicle or a Drain Soul or a Eat the Imp even, because I could have done that and still do the Arch guy. Okay, that's fucky. That's actually getting kind of fucky. I do have some healing out of that. Next turn that might be the play. Straight up Ultralisk, not ideal. Gonna go like this and this. I don't need to show him Consume right about now. Let's keep him thinking he's close. The carrot's gonna dangle ever so slightly further away from him right after that. I can even get myself an 8/8 next turn. 6 damage is cute and all. But it's still one off. No, what am I talking about? He's looking for Wind Fury. Fuck me, man. Don't you dare. Don't you dare right there. There is a combination of a 2 and a 1 mana card as well with Lightning Storm, Lightning Bolt plus Mind Blast. I don't think he got it though. Okay. Okay. Well, I'm gonna heal for a lot here. Ooh. Let's not get distracted. Hold up. Could also Caverns, Table Flip Caverns. Use it and still consume, but is that the way? Nah. I'll still hero pair here, why not? That ain't bad next turn. That ain't bad next turn. But yeah, we forced him there to pick for face damage, and now he's stuck with that choice forever.
I remember this place well.
Next turn, Reborn into Caverns, not the worst. Not the best either, but we have another one in there. Maybe it's not a good play. I'm really missing the single egg cracks here though. Eat the Imp, Conflict Rate, Drain Soul, Corpsicle, all of that shit. There's one. I can do that plus Hellfire here and feel okay-ish about it. Problem with this play is if he picked a 5 mana plus 2 attack, that is a lot of damage he has. Hero power plus 2 attack on everything. Plus 9. It's off lethal, but let's not forget the Zephyrus bullshits. It's a little bit close. Would have been much better if that was Drain Soul. Okay, doesn't get it. That's good. Goes for 5 to the face still. Good news is we get the good old 2020s next turn. Problem is, those Zephy spells are looking awfully tempting for him. If I don't get heal and red flipping now... Oh, look at that. Yeah, I'm basically as good as dead. Drain Soul, you say? This would have been lethal if I had Dissolving Ooze for anybody keeping track.
By tooth and claw.
Pretty dead. Unless he has double Pyroblast or Bloodlust or some crap. Emote well played, why don't you? Random Ferrac crap? I can respect that. That was an expensive fire spell right there. Don't get another one of those. Do you have a lightning storm in there, bud? It'd be a lot cooler if you don't. That is quite the butt clencher. That was quite the butt clencher, guys. Fuck me sideways. Crisscross. God damn it, son. That was a butt clench and a half. The clenchiest of butts is what I possessed right there. These ain't good. My specs? It's a Hearthstone stream, bro. Chill. It's actually a decent machine. Maybe I should add those. It's a decent machine, I'm afraid. Okay, I'm not in a hurry to do anything here. Next turn we Egg Bear. Gonna go with Egbert. Probably. He ain't Quest, so it's a fellow Egg connoisseur. I was gonna say, obviously, we are gonna top deck the Egg way things are. I'm gonna put it on the board on next turn. Eat that shit. Obviously, with double Egg Bearers, what else will be top deck on turn 3, guys? Turn 2, that is. He has his, ours is first, and we have a lot of card draw. That ain't bad for next turn, potentially. Okay, he's cycling it. He wasted his corpse skull there for no good reason. I wonder if he can handle Summoner Dark Marrow. Probably. Fuck me, man. This is better than mine. I'm not gonna use any of these. I'll burn a card here and go with this guy. Gotta put more stuff on the board. I know we're burning cards, but it's fine. Okay, that was very bearable. It does kind of look like he's trying to set up a Eternal Layover or some.
Get in there and fight, maggot!
Okay with that.
Finally, I can rest in peace.
Not very okay with this though. This thing needs to die for sure.
Get in there and fight, maggot!
So far, it's far from ideal, but it's the only way I can die right now. Okay, that helps big time. Because now I got a couple of 20s.
Finally, I can rest in peace.
Let's see it, worthy opponent. I call your bullshit and raise my bullshit. How do you like this bullshit, bullshitter? Could have Umbra, you know? That'd be bullshit, but he doesn't need her right now. Not yet, at least. What's it gonna be, booty hole man? Sure. Is that right? Okay, okay. I can fuck him over very nicely here.
Now this is living.
Was thinking about using location, but now maybe a couple of 2020s is better. Or this guy. Nah, this guy's scary. Does have location, so he could also lay over, but that's not gonna be very beneficial for him. It is quite the game of chicken we're playing here. Quite the game of egg, more like it. Haha! But hilarious. What you got there, homeboy? Umbra time? Definitely feels like an Umbra play to me. Yep. Saw it a mile away. Let's see if he gets lucky with the X stages, though. So far, so good. Don't break any. Fuck. Okay. This is just a hot single. Eternal layover, you say? That's no good. That's no good. Yeah, a turtle minion's in the way. If I trade an eternal layover, what's that gonna do? Fuck me over, probably. This is risky as balls. It's just crazy enough to work. Okay. Okay. Now what? Any other bright ideas? He hasn't used any eternal layovers so far, so I'm in danger still. I'm in dangerous territory. If I get my Umbra though, or Kris Catacombs, Conflict Rate, Hero Power, I have 18% chance of getting it straight out. 36% chance if we count Kris Catacombs. Dangerous. Dangerous. It's making room for eternal layover, it seems.
Get in there and fight, maggot.
Fuck. Was that smart though? Is he gonna have enough room? Uh-oh, poopy. Hellfire? Still poopy dough in it. Still poopy dough in it. Cool. That was a worthy opponent. Kinda. Perhaps. Maybe. I don't know. Not a luck. How original. Can this guy please be quest luck like a normal human being? Honestly, I like this hand, man. I'm down with that. And of course we get the egg, naturally. But I'd rather have an egg than not have a way to get egg and no egg. I take those eggs any day. Okay, he is a normal questy boy. Let's fucking go. Next turn I get the coin egg. Migo top. Original, same. Rene only, Migo top. Name a more iconic duo. Next turn, I'll probably still eat the imp, feel good about it. Could also use location if he does stuff, but I don't know. Probably don't need to. It's not like he's pressuring or anything like that. That's just card draw here, man. There's that Umbra I was looking for. Okay, Conflict Rate is cool. It'd be a lot cooler next turn, though. A lot cooler next turn, though. Next turn I get the Abusive Sergeant first. Hopefully he gives me a minion to Abusive Sergeant into, though. Because right now there is none. Oh, come on, bruh. Well, sadly Abusive Sergeant doesn't do what I want it to do. Maybe I'll just do this then. It's good enough. Fun fact, this guy can't even play his 3 damage questing adventure or whatever the fuck it's called while Egg is on board because he is required to target a minion with it. He's completing the quest this turn and he plays it. Oh, he doesn't. Oh, he does. Well, funny. Still not gonna help you. Still won't help you, I do believe. Wait, what? Huh? Did I miss something? How much mana did he have after doing the quest? Didn't he have enough to play it? Apparently not, but sure felt like he could. I don't know. I guess I wasn't paying too much attention, but it kind of felt like he had 2 mana and then played the 0 mana horn. So I was expecting him to have 4 mana there or something. I don't know. He gets a second questicle. Didn't pay attention how far back it was. Okay. Here's a 20 for your troubles. Don't spend them all in one place. Could have a Glacial Shard here. We are kind of boardlock in terms of minions. Hellfire does bring me another 20 though. I can do it again. If double Corpsicle does bring me on a clock. Now I don't feel good about using Hellfire too. Drain Sausage is nice. Drain Sausage. I almost have enough to kill him, but I don't have enough room. Kinda overdid the whole room thing, huh? If I hero power and find myself consumed, that'd be nutty. Kris Catacombs into consume also works. I'd do it, I really need to get stuff faster. Okay, that helps. I'm gonna use it on his shit. Susceptibles. As soon as he's done with this 20, I will be able to use Dissolving Ooze. Okay, it does that before he forgets. Yeah, this one is for the rank 5, so the game is gonna try hard, isn't it? Table flippage. Hold the phone. Hellfire, table flippage, location, GGH. Nice. That was a butt clencher still, but we're used to that. We have trained our butt a lot more than the ordinary person has, so our body was prepared for that. We are professional butt clenchers by now, guys. Our butt is used to such kind of punishment. What?